right. Well, happy 2026 Eagles. We are so excited to be back. There are tons of changes, and I think the most important one and the most exciting one for me is Coach Melissa. So, Coach Melissa is going to be joining us as a head coach. So, she's going to oversee just everything, but I want to make sure that she gets the opportunity to introduce herself if she's new to you. But if you're a returning athlete, you should recognize our favorite fiery redhead. So go ahead, Melissa.
For those of you who don't know me, I am Melissa Johnston. I have been coaching youth cheer since my daughter was in second grade. So I think I figured out that was about 15 years or so I've been doing this. So I took a few years off here and there, but I've always drifted back because it's where my passion is and where my heart is. So I also had a daughter who cheered, and I am currently also an assistant cheer coach at Liberty North High School, so which we just won a state championship this year. So we're really hoping to help that program grow even more by teaching the young youth and bringing them up and showing them what it's like to be a high school cheerleader.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm just so excited. She's going to be really helping us coaches and helping us as we get further into the sport and we really get to develop a lot of the kids. I do also want to share that the coaches you love are coming back. So we've got Coach Cara and Coach Jennifer are coming back as head coaches with me. We also have Coach Trinity, who's going to do as much as she can while she's also pursuing a college degree.
Working on her master's.
Oh my gosh, she's amazing.
She is. I'm partial though. She's my daughter.
Right. And then we've, of course, always have tons of other youth that are going to be there as well. Our board is still in place, and so we are prepared to support the organization. I will be stepping into more of a director type role, so I'll be doing a lot of the back office, and you'll hear from me from Treasury. But of course, Karina is still around. You probably have already received emails from her. Jill, and of course, Diana is going to also be helping out in assistant coaching as well. So nothing really new, exciting there, but just that we're ready for the next season.
Yep, we sure are.
So talking through teams, I think the most exciting thing is we are going to blow it up this year. Let's forget everything we know. We are going to be doing some placements. So placements, and I definitely want to make sure that Melissa really talks about this as a high school coach, because I think placements, Melissa, give the girls and our athletes a really safe place to try that tryout experience. And so as they get closer to middle school and of course high school, it's not so scary.
Yes.
But what are your thoughts?
Yes, so we are going to be completely redoing a lot of all the teams, and we're going to do the placements. And so basically what that will allow us to do is then see all the kids' skills, and then we can place them based on safety is our number one thing, because we want to make sure that everyone is safe and doing things correctly with correct technique. And those are things we'll work on. So we'll pace them based on their levels of technique. And then we will also take a look at balancing the teams out, making sure we have enough flyers and bases and back spots, because we have to have a whole stunt group to make sure that we're, able to do the specific stunts for the different levels that we will have for our competition teams. And then it's just also having them grow in the appropriate manner as well. So we want to make sure that everybody is getting what they need out of the program, as we know it is you have a financial and a time obligation. So we want to make sure all of our youth athletes are getting exactly what they need from this program.
I think that's so exciting. I really, as a coach, I think that's the best way to go.
Well, and as they progress, if this is something they're eventually going to want to do as they get into middle school and high school, those are things that will be in place. They're going to have to do tryouts. We, in fact, have tryouts coming up at the high school soon. So their kids have been preparing for that up front. You might take a look at some tumbling. That'll determine maybe where you're at too, based on which level you'll end up on. But we have head coaches for each team. We're ready to go, and we are ready to get everybody in the place they need so they will feel the most successful with our program.
Absolutely. And then I think as a coach, I see it as an opportunity that I can really coach more towards the athletes instead of just the competition.
Exactly.
So
exactly. It's what the individual athletes need as well as the teams. So yes.
Absolutely. I'm so excited.
This change is just going to benefit every athlete, and it's just going to be the best. And they're also going to be able to be in the best place then, be successful, and feel confident in what they're doing.
Absolutely. And Melissa and Trinity have really put their heads together on how we want to approach that and making it just that true safe environment for our athletes to get those reps in for those tryouts. So Thank you so much for all your thought
I love
there.
This. Yes, we're very excited for the changes, and we really think that you as parents and as the athletes will really appreciate it as well.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Anything else on teams or?
We have talked about there will be an option for a non-competitive team. So if you are somebody who doesn't want, doesn't have the time commitment to put in extra practices, as there are going to be some extra practices and extensive work done to prepare for the competitions. So we do want to offer that to the kids who just want to get there, learn basic skills, learn motions, learn jumps and basic stunts and things of that nature. So that way they can just get a clear understanding. And if they love it, then hopefully they come back and then they keep growing and we keep moving them up. So, but we will be offering a non-competitive for those who want to do that.
I think that's great. However, we are mandating sideline cheering, so you are going to be sideline cheering either way.
Yes.
I just think it's important. It is why cheerleading's around, and so we have to kind of stick to that nature, and kind of making sure that we keep that going.
Yes, everyone will still be able to cheer on the sidelines. When you get to high school, you spend more of your time actually on sidelines than you do competition, other than preparing for the competition. But so sideline is always going to be a priority and is important, and we want to make sure the kids have the skills for that and know the chants and cheers. But we also we want to provide those that want that competition piece and don't want that competition piece to feel like they still fit here. So
absolutely. Well, I think that kind of covers our teams, but just know, again, head coaches are returning: Cara Brownrigg, Jennifer Polson, and myself. And then we've got a whole slew of assistant coaches, as well as Coach Melissa, who's going to be overseeing everything. So it's going to feel the same. We're just not going to have White Diamonds, Navy Cadets, Blackout type names anymore. And we're still working on those names.
Be surprised for when we'll do a big reveal when it's time.
Absolutely. So keep checking our socials on that. Awesome. A couple of just housekeeping things as we get into some of the financials. Our uniforms, of course, we chose to go with an exciting new uniform with varsity last year, and so it's going to remain the same. They are the same uniforms, so please dust those off, get those on, and make sure that those fit your athletes. We are going to have a drop-dead date where we have to know if your uniform fits. If it doesn't by that date, we need to reorder, and you will have to pay us before we do that. So just know that that's on deck for potential. So just go ahead and get it done. Let us know. We can get you on the list and start getting prepared so we can get ready as we move towards our fitting.
Yes.
And so nothing is changing. No bows are changing. No palms. It's all the same package. So if you are needing a new uniform and you're a returning athlete, expect it to be $225. I don't know if we can break up the package. Varsity wasn't really excited about that, so we'll see what we can do. We can probably move some things around and kind of negotiate, but please reach out with any questions. We definitely want to address those. If you are a new athlete to our program, welcome. This is a great year to join us.
Yes.
We are going to be setting our registration cost at $380 for new athletes. And let's break that cost down just for a minute.
Okay.
So you heard that our uniform is $225. Also our warm-ups, which we have something exciting to share here at the end. But our warm-ups are going to be about $100, and then we have our own registration fee. So some of the registration fees that we take out really help us to get us faster into indoor practices so we can get our athletes more comfortable once those cold winds start blowing in September. And so we kind of do charge a registration fee. So if you're a new athlete, expect that your registration will be $380. Additionally on that, I forgot, is the backpacks. So our backpacks are returning. If you're a returning athlete and you have an issue with your backpack and you need a new one, expect that'll be $50. And please let us know. It'll be in the registration link, so make sure you check that to let us know you need a new backpack.
Don't forget to check that, especially if you want to make sure if you need a new one, which if you've had one for a few years now, it might have gotten a little worn
Dusty.
because you guys use those a lot. So
yeah, absolutely. But the backpack's staying the same. It's the only thing really that's kind of staying the same year over year. So just know you have that. Returning athletes, your cost is going to be, let me make sure I get this right, $150. So $150, and that is going to go towards mostly the warm-up with a $50 registration fee that we are going to be collecting so that we can get into indoor practices sooner. So the new uniforms are mandatory for everybody. They are a complete revamp. They look amazing.
They're so cute.
I can't say much about high school, but they kind of look like high school.
Yeah, they're very cute. Yes, they're more in line with what the high schools are using and things, so the kids will feel like they're definitely smaller images of those bigger girls that they look forward to being.
Yeah, I just, it's so exciting. So we're going to share that here in just a minute. Our fundraising fee is going down this year for the first time in 3 years.
Yay.
We are going down to $75 per athlete. You do have the option to go ahead and pay that off, so you don't have to carry that into the season if you just want to get it done and you don't want to do fundraising. That was me as mom.
Yeah, me too.
I just paid it off.
I did too. I always bought out just so I could not. And then if I fundraised, that was just extra on top of it, like it was.
Absolutely. Absolutely. But we will be for sure returning cookie doughs. Cookie dough was fabulous last year. Y'all really put some effort into it. I don't think you saw how much cookie dough came through my house.
A lot.
It was obnoxious, but it was amazing. So I loved it. So we're excited. That will be returning. We'll offer one more as well that we just haven't quite decided on yet. But yeah, we are going to be doing $75 per athlete. So that's all the financials. So remember your registration if you're a new athlete, $380. If you're a returner, $150. Returners, please try on your uniforms. Make sure everything fits. If you need a new backpack, please let us know. It'll be about the May timeframe is when we will come to our returning athletes and just circulate and make sure, please let us know if your uniform does not fit. Anyone past that date would not be promised a uniform in time to cheer for games, and if you're not uniformed, you cannot cheer. So it's kind of serious. We really need you to get those tried on. Awesome. And then $75 is your fundraising fee. So I think that's everything I have. I think it's time
for the big reveal.
I apologize for the kind of informalness here, but we are going to also be posting this on socials in a few days. We want to make sure everybody has an opportunity to see it and see this recording before we post it and let the world see what we're going to be doing. So
we're getting new warm-ups.
That is what we're doing. We are going with the eagle, and then we are going to be, of course, personalizing, because what is cheer without personalization?
Gotta have your name. Hello,
yes.
Coach Melissa.
Yes, so we're so excited. I think it's going to be a great year, Melissa. I think we've got...
I'm so excited. I have so many ideas, so many things going on in my mind, and I am so excited to take on this new role as well and help Sarah keep building this program. And, we are just pumped to do this. So.
Absolutely. And we're going to have a really great connection with North.
Yes.
And then, of course, we always have our assistant coaches from the Blue Jays, and we're going to continue to interact with Liberty as well. So as much as we can, and we're going to continue to share the wealth as we get started here.
If you're in cheer, we don't, I just love all cheerleaders. So I'm good for everyone. So we are so pumped, though, and excited, and we hope that you have gotten some information out of this. And then, as always, if you have any questions, you can reach out to us, and we will kind of field those questions as needed.
Absolutely. Oh, I think we forgot practices.
Oh, we did. How did we forget that?
That's kind of a big deal. That's on me. That's on me.
Whoops.
We are going to be introducing summer practices that are not mandatory, of course, but highly encouraged. The mandatory week will start July 27th is when we can start our mandatory practices. Please know that if you are seeking a refund, you cannot get a full refund after practice starts mandatory on July 27th. So that's a very important date if that's where you're at. But I hope you don't want a refund. I hope we impress you. We'll also have all of our placements done by that point.
You will know your placement by then, so that's why we want to make sure we note that date, so that way if there's something that comes up and you aren't able to continue on, then you're not out the money. So, but we really are excited for you, and we hope that all of this will make everyone feel very safe and confident, and go Eagles.
Absolutely. I can't wait for this season. So thank you all so much. We're going to have some more information on practices soon. I'm sure you're going to hear from Jennifer and Cara here soon, and everyone else. But thank you so much, and we are going to see you really soon.